Sergeant at Arms, please remove Honorable Mawade from the House. Honorable Milema, Honorable Omboko, please proceed. Honorable Omboko, please proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and approved the same with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report, and I also request the Honorable Kangogo Bowen to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question, which is the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is the House do agree with the committee of the said report. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover. Mover. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025 be now read a third time, and I also request the Honorable Marianne Ketanyi to second.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, be now read a third time. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 28 of 2025, be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to repeal the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Act and for connected purposes.
Chairperson. Government-owned enterprise.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. Let me get my specs.
In the right paper, you beg to report.
Come. Leader, just come over, leader. Okay, very well. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. Chairperson. Report. Very good, very well. Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Government-Owned Enterprise Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and approved the same with amendments. And remember, we have done this one.
Mover. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and I also request the Honorable Jamatia, the member for Baringo, to second the motion.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question, that the House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025. Honorable members, I now put the question that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, be now read a third time. Honorable Speaker, as I request the Honorable Member for Bomet Central, Bomet East to second, allow me, Honorable Speaker, to something I forgot in the Committee of the Whole House that the Honorable Karoli Omondi had asked on the vesting of assets and liabilities of the state corporations, and the clause 40 of the bill addresses all these issues in terms of transition and the consequential amendments that would emanate from the passage of this particular bill. And I had forgotten to respond to that, that Honorable Karoli had raised. But also to thank members who have very actively, since we did second reading of this bill, been active and participated in the second reading, and now in the Committee of the Whole House. And all these members, on a Thursday afternoon, having close to 60 members of Parliament seated in the House, is indeed commendable, considering that some of our colleagues in ODM, as had been pointed out earlier, are in Mombasa, celebrating ODM at 20 and saying, tuko tayari, na tuko tayari for sure. Honorable Speaker, also allow me to admonish the acts that we have just seen here by the member for Kathiani, attempting to grab the mace to attract the attention of people outside the precincts of Parliament or outside this chamber. Because, Honorable Speaker, there is a way we conduct ourselves with decorum in this House, and you have done well to send the member out. And indeed, I want to encourage any of the members of this House to move the House to name this particular member. And more profoundly, Honorable Speaker, the member for Embakasi South, the Honorable Mawave, who clearly looks intoxicated. And I know it's a Thursday afternoon, but nobody has the right to appear in the House drunk. And the member of Embakasi South cannot come to spew epithets in the House when clearly intoxicated. Honorable Speaker, I shall be moving to name the member for Embakasi South for appearing in the House intoxicated and seemingly looking very drunk to try to disrupt the office of the House, and therefore request the member for Bomet Central, Bomet East, sorry, my good friend Yegon, to second.
Majority. Me to correct you before.
A bill for an act of Parliament to provide for the establishment, control, governance, A bill for an act of Parliament to provide for the establishment, control, governance, performance and ownership of government-owned enterprises, public service obligations in respect of government-owned enterprises, facilitate the reconstitution of existing government-owned enterprises into public limited liability companies for the transfer of the assets, liability, and the business of the government-owned enterprises to companies and for connected purposes.
We can now move back to order number 5. So, member for the chairperson for trade, you know you hadn't presented your paper. You can now do so.
Order number 5, papers.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, 13th November 2025. That is a report of the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on its consideration of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates. Thank you.
Okay, next order, order number 6.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Okay, I will, Majority Leader, if you kindly allow us to allow Honorable Mboko to go to his statement, because he has a flight to catch. I think he's joining ODM. No, he's just supporting them. He's supporting them. Proceed, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, I'm the Deputy Secretary of the UDA party and the largest party in this country. So thank you for your indulgence. I'm not joining ODM, but I'm just having another matter to handle. Honorable Speaker, request for a statement on the status of teachers employed on internship terms by the Teacher Service Commission, TSC. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education regarding the status of the 20,000 engaged teachers employed on internship by the Teacher Service Commission, TSC, in January 2025. Honorable Speaker, the said teachers were engaged on one-year internship contract set to expire in December 2025. These teachers, who currently earn a gross monthly stipend of 17,000, do not enjoy comprehensive medical cover or any other employment benefits necessary for effective service delivery and decent living. This has left them demoralized and financially strained, yet they continue to serve diligently under the difficult circumstances. Honorable Speaker, the situation is further compounded by the acute shortage of teachers across the country, particularly in junior secondary schools. This impending expiry of these internship contracts risks aggravating the shortage and disrupting the learning in many institutions. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education on the following. 1, measures being put in place to ensure that the 20,000 intern teachers are transitioned to permanent and pensionable terms, given that their current contracts are non-renewable and are set to expire in December 2025. 2, details on budgetary allocations made to facilitate this absorption of these teachers into permanent and pensionable employment by the Teacher Service Commission, TSC. And thirdly, the rationale behind the continued engagement of teachers on internship. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I beg to give. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. These teachers have suffered, and they are interns. Their contract is ending in December. There's shortage of junior secondary school teachers, and there's no hope of them getting into permanent and pensionable. So the plight of these teachers needs to be attended to. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Where is the chairperson education? I'd seen him, he was here. Okay, maybe Majority Leader, you can respond on his behalf.
Chair, the Chair Education has just walked out, Honorable Speaker, but let me raise it with him to probably have an answer ready for the Honorable Mboko Milemba, who is a seasoned trade unionist and has worked very hard for teachers in the next week or so. to report back to the House. But also, Honorable Speaker, with your indulgence, to request, probably because Honorable Omboko is also a member of the committee, it is high time that we probably had a policy on internship, whether it's for teachers or doctors, everybody in the public service, so that we know when you're hired as an intern, do you work with the intention of being transitioned to permanent and pensionable, or do you work as an intern so that you garner experience and seek for opportunities for permanent employment within the organization where you're interning or elsewhere? And for what period of time can you intern? I think those are things that we need to seriously think into from our committees, so that we are also able to guide. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, before we continue, allow me to introduce to you a delegation from the Office of the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Kenya to Nepal. Mr. Chandra Tandon, Honorary Consul and leader of the delegation. Mr. Sarjan Sharma, acknowledge our guests. Honorable members, the delegation is on a visit to the National Assembly to learn more on the processes of strengthening the cordial relations between the Republic of Kenya and the Republic of Nepal. On behalf of the House and on my own behalf, I warmly welcome them to Parliament of Kenya and wish them fruitful engagements in Kenya. Karibuni sana. We are going to statements. Whose statement was next? No, it was the Honorable Emase. No, Honorable Emase has a statement. Let me just finish that.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of the Standing Order 43, Standing Order 43, I rise to pay tribute to the late Bishop Philip Sulumeti, who passed away on 9th November 2025 at Nairobi Hospital at the age of 88 years. Honorable Speaker, the late Bishop Philip Sulumeti was born on the 15th of August 1937 in Kotur village, Amukura East Ward in Teso South constituency. He pursued his early education at St. Peter's Seminary in Uganda before advancing his studies to attain master's and doctorate degrees in Rome. His pursuit of knowledge reflected his strong belief in education as a cornerstone of community transformation. He began his clerical journey with distinction. In 1972, he was appointed auxiliary bishop, a position he held until 1976. In the same year, he became the ordinary bishop of the Diocese of Kisumu, serving diligently until 28 February 1978, when he was appointed as the founding bishop of the Diocese of Kakamega. Bishop Sulumeti served faithfully in that role until his retirement on 5th of December 2014. He dedicated his life to the service of God and humanity with humility, compassion, and unwavering commitment to faith and education. Honorable Speaker, Bishop Sulumeti championed transformative causes in education, health, social justice. He spearheaded the construction of 256 schools and colleges around the Western region, including those in Mukumu and Iregi, and Constitution of Kenya drafting process. He was a vocal advocate for women's rights, for the underprivileged children and orphans. His leadership was marked by peace and humility. Honorable Speaker, in his final years, Bishop Sulumeti endured a long period of illness, which limited his active which limited his activities due to his advanced age. Despite this, he remained steadfast in faith and continued to inspire many through his spiritual guidance and wisdom. Honorable Speaker, I extend my deepest condolences to the family of the late Bishop Solometi, that is in Teso South, the clergy, the faithful of Kakamega Diocese, and the entire nation. May his legacy of faith, service, and love for humanity continue to inspire generations to come. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Honorable Speaker, in honor of the fallen bishop, may we rise and for 1 minute of
You should
silence.
request me to ask the House to rise.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, kindly request the House to rise for a minute of silence in honor of Bishop Solometi. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I will so oblige you. Honorable members, let's observe a minute of silence. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you. Honorable Koyo, you may now make your statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Lands regarding the status of resettlement of Koguta community in Moroni constituency. Honorable Speaker, the Koguta community migrated from Greater Nyakach and settled on parcels currently known as LR number 3977, measuring approximately 2,399 acres, and LR number 3978 of approximately 1,960 acres, located within Moroni constituency, Kisumu County. Shortly before Kenya attained independence, Nyando Sugar Company Limited, currently known as Moroni Sugar Company, acquired land parcels LR number 11684 and L and 11685, where the sugar factory rests. The acquisition of the parcels by the company did not affect the settlement arrangement of the Koguta community on their parcels of land. However, on 3rd December 1968, Nyando Sugar Company, in conjunction with the government of Kenya, allegedly passed a resolution to illegally evict the Koguta community members from parcels LR number 3977 and LR 3978, which they had occupied for more than 7 decades. The Koguta community were forcefully evicted in 1969 and relocated to arid parts of the land parcel LR number 3977, where each family member was apportioned a meager 2 acres of land, resulting in the community living in its quarters. Honorable Speaker, in 2013, the Koguta Land Reclamation Committee petitioned the National Land Commission, NLC, over historical land injustices and sought to reclaim their parcels of land. Upon hearing the complaint, the National Land Commission, via the Gazette Notice of 1st March 2019, Volume CXX1, number 27, made a determination to the effect that the land parcels LR number 3977 and LR number 3978 should be given back to the rightful and original owners of Koguta community. In addition, it recommended that the Privatization Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning to assist in planning, surveying, and resettling the Koguta community. Their failure to implement the recommendation of NLC resulted in a court case known as Republic versus Ministry of Land and Physical Planning and another ex parte Tomoriedo Ugur 2021 KEELC and 3414 KLR. In this case, the court ordered the Ministry of Lands to plan, survey, and resettle the Koguta community members on the said parcels of lands. Despite the directives by the Court and National Land Commission, the members of the Koguta community are yet to be resettled and are still living as squatters in their own land. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Lands on the following. 1. A report on the status of resettlement of the Koguta community and implementation of the court orders provided in the case of Republic versus Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning and another ex parte, Tomori War of 2021, KELC 3414 KLR, by the Ministry of Lands and Public Works, Housing and Urban Development. 2. The steps taken by the Ministry to restore the land of the regional owners, Koguta community, and ensure their resettlement to effectively honor the recommendations of the National Land Commission and the Court. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. But before I sit down, Madam Speaker, I need an answer very quickly because I was away. I had accompanied His Excellency the President for a UN conference in Qatar, where he did us proud. He gave us a speech that in the presence of the UN Secretary General, if you compare the two, given that UN is bigger, you would have wanted him to be the UN boss. It was very enthralling. But when I came back, I found that a company that leased the Moroni Sugar Company, instead of organizing and having a sit together with the community, has resorted now to employing security personnel from Rift Valley to come and mete out a lot of problems on the locals. And this is going to give us problems, given that the two clans that are pitted are members of Broad-Based. And we do not want anything that would ruffle the relationship. So I need urgent answer and some action that can bring peace and harmony immediately. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chairperson Lands Committee is not here. Majority Leader, you want to give an undertaking on their behalf?
Yes, allow me to relay that to the chairperson, Honorable Nyamoko, for lands, and we give him 2 weeks.
Next is Honorable COE. You had a statement from yesterday. It was omitted. It was supposed to come to the order paper today. But you can proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I raise to request for a statement regarding the management of the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health regarding the management of the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital. Honorable Speaker, the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital, established in 1944 in Nairobi, is a specialized level 6 facility and the only provider of comprehensive spinal injury care in Kenya and the East, West, and Central Africa regions. The facility offers acute care, trauma rehabilitation, reintegration, and outpatient services, with only 33 inpatient beds and 100 to 120 daily outpatients, supported by 146 staff. In 2024, National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital secured approval for a 2024-2028 strategic plan and a Kenya shillings 2 billion master plan for a 350-bed expansion, including a 4-story outpatient block under construction and a planned 9-story twin tower with a helipad for emergency cases. However, the hospital currently faces persistent challenges due to its administrative dependence on the Ministry of Health for fund management, which has led to misallocation and misappropriation of resources. This reliance has caused critical shortages of consumable and adequate nurse-to-patient ratio and stalled infrastructure projects, such as the outpatient block halted at the second floor. Honorable Speaker, the absence of sufficient process to enable direct expenditure by national spinal injury stems from delays in transitioning to a full semi-autonomy government agency status, which remains pending at the Treasury level. Unlike newer facilities like Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital and Mwai Kibaki Hospital, which has achieved its autonomy status for greater financial autonomy. National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital still lacks streamlined system, hindering efficient resources allocation. Implementing robust financial management frameworks such as decentralized budgeting and a real-time expenditure tracking could empower it to directly control funds, enhance transparency, and prevent mismanagement, thereby ensuring uninterrupted high-quality service delivery and supporting critical infrastructure expansion, ultimately positioning the hospital as a regional center for excellency. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health on the following. Provide a comprehensive report of the financial management of National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital. Number 2, the reasons why robust systems have not been implemented to enable direct expenditure by National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital and prevent funds misallocation by the ministry. Number 3, plans being put in place to transition the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital into a semi-autonomy government agency. And number 4, a report on the status of the 2024-2028 National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital Strategic Plan, including the timeline for its implementation and the status of the 2.8 billion funding for the expansion master plan. And lastly, measures being put in place for the expansion of the facility and timelines for when the expansion will commence. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. The person standing in for the chairperson, Health, Honorable Adagala, you want to undertake on behalf of the Health, yes. Okay, Honorable Lenguris, I think she's, let Honorable Lenguris, she's here, she can give her the mic.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We'll give the response after 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Member for Samburu. Next, we have a statement by Member for Marakwet West, Honorable Toroitich.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding the electrification of newly established schools across the country. Honorable Speaker, in the financial years 2014-2015, 2015-16, and 2016-17, Kenya shillings 35 billion was allocated towards the electrification of over 23,000 public schools in the country, with an aim of improving access to power in learning institutions and supporting the integration of technology in education. However, since 2017, many of the new schools that have been established and registered by the Ministry of Education remain unconnected to electricity, adversely affecting their ability to effectively deliver educational objectives. The absence of electricity in these schools limits their participation in the government's digital learning program and the effective implementation of the competency-based education CBE curricula. For example, in Marakwet West constituency alone, over 26 public schools, including early childhood development centers, remain without electricity connections. As a result, therefore, learners in these institutions face unequal learning opportunities compared to their peers in electrified schools, leading to wider education disparities. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following. 1, a report on the number of newly established schools that have not been connected to electricity since 2017. Number 2, clarification on whether the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum has a specific budget line dedicated to the electrification of public schools, particularly in support of the government's digital learning program and competency-based education initiatives. And third, measures put in place, including a dedicated budget by the ministry to ensure that all newly established schools in Marakwet West constituency and across the country are connected to electricity as well as expected timelines for completion. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
A member of the Energy Committee to give an undertaking on behalf of the Energy Committee. Yes, Honorable Ruto.
Okay. May I use this one? Thank you, Chair. Allow me also to write on it to further look at beyond schools alone, but other public institutions like health facilities, cooperatives, especially the milk coolers, where you understand and we appreciate that the government is running a deliberate program in supporting milk farmers. They have established coolers, counties have built up stores, but up to now, connection has not been done. So even if milk coolers are yet to be delivered, and even if they are delivered today, there's no power connected to it. I really wish that as they look at Marakwet West, also Kese should be considered for that purpose, because there are many schools that were locked out of that program. Thank you.
Okay, a member of the Energy Committee or Majority Leader, do you want to give an undertaking on behalf of the Energy Committee? Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is Walter Wino, Member of Parliament Awendo, and a member of the committee. We are going to give the response in 7 days. Thank you.
Next, we have a statement from the Honorable Member for Daragwa, Honorable Gashagwa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I request for statement regarding delayed payment to Guangzhou Construction Company Limited for construction of the Daragwa Horticultural Market. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2 Part C, I rise to a request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock regarding the delayed contractual payment to Guangzhou Construction Company Limited for the construction of Daragwa Horticultural Project in Daragwa constituency. Honorable Speaker, in 2016, the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock awarded Guangzhou Construction Company a tender for the construction of the Daragwa Horticultural Project under the Smallholder Horticultural Marketing Program through tender number MOALF/SCMD/SDA/2/2015-2016. The company commenced the works on 9th May 2016 and successfully completed the project on 26th August 2016. Thereafter, several inspection meetings were conducted and concluded on 18th October 2016, which confirmed that the works met the required contractual and technical standards. However, despite the project's successful completion, the contractor has to date not been paid for works amounting to 16,470,112.63. This prolonged delay in payment has caused severe financial hardship to the company and adversely affected the livelihoods of its employees. Additionally, Madam Speaker, the handover of the project is yet to be conducted, and the market currently remains unused. Consequently, local traders continue to operate from the open spaces and makeshift stalls, notwithstanding the completion of the Daragwa Horticultural Market. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock on the following. 1, reasons for the delay in payment of the outstanding contractual dues of Kenya shillings 16,470,112.63 to Guangzhou Construction Company Limited. 2, the specific timelines within which the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock intends to settle the outstanding amount and open the market for the use by farmers. And 3, Madam Speaker, measures being put in place by the government to ensure that contractors undertaking government projects are fully and promptly compensated upon completion of works in accordance with the contractual obligations. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Member from the Agriculture and Livestock Committee to give an undertaking. Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, let me also commit that in 2 weeks. I will inform Dr. Muchunga.
Thank you. Now, Majority Leader, you have a statement. We are now completing the statements. Then we'll go to the responses.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 42A, I rise to give the following statement on behalf of the House Business Committee, which met on Tuesday, 11th November 2025, to prioritize business for consideration during the week. Honorable Speaker, we meet today under very somber circumstances following the passing on of our colleague, the Honorable Tubi Bidu Mohammed, MP, and as stated earlier in your communication, the residents of Isiolo South constituency, and indeed the entire country, is mourning this very great leader of our nation. I wish to take this opportunity to convey my deepest condolences to his family, the residents of Isiolo South, and to all Kenyans who knew Honorable Tubi during this very difficult time of mourning. Having said that, Honorable Speaker, I wish to inform members that on Tuesday next week, the House is expected to consider the following bills. Sorry, Honorable Speaker. The debate will be undertaken on the following motions, should they not be concluded today. 1 is the first report on the status of implementation of the Constitution by 3 commissions. 2, consideration of the sessional paper number 5 of 2024 on the National Green Fiscal Incentives Policy Framework. 3 is consideration of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates. 4 is a report on the audited accounts for the Judiciary Mortgage Scheme Fund for the financial years 2011-2012 to 2021-2022. 5 is consideration of sessional paper number 5 of 2023 on the national policy on labor migration. 6 is report on the audited accounts for the Stores and Services Fund for the financial years 2020-2021 and 2021-2022, and the Occupational Safety and Health Fund for the financial years 2020-2021 and 2021-2022. 7 is report on the audited accounts for the Land Settlement Fund for the financial years 2020-2021 and 2021-2022, and the Railway Development Fund holding account for the financial years 2017-2018 to 2021-2022. 8 is consideration of a petition regarding pollution of River Athi and consideration of the Privileges and Immunities Global Center for Adaptation Order of 2025. Honorable Speaker, in accordance with the provisions of Standing Order 42A5 and 6, I wish to convey that the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs and the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Livestock Development are scheduled to appear before the House on the afternoon of Wednesday, 19th November 2025, to respond to questions as follows. 1 is question to the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs to respond to question number 87 of 2025 by the member for Laikipia North, Honorable Sarah Korere, MP. And is a question in Swahili, swali nambari 87 la mwaka wa 2025 kuhusu idadi ya raia wa Kenya waliosajiliwa na wasiosajiliwa wanaoishi na kufanya kazi katika Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania na kubainisha iwapo kuliripotiwa vifo vyovyote vya raia wa Kenya katika Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania kipindi cha uchaguzi uliofanyika tarehe 29 Oktoba mwaka huu. 2, to the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Livestock Development to respond to the following questions. Question 082 of 2025 by the nominated member Dorothy Kiara, MP, regarding the criteria used to determine the rates of annual bonuses paid to tea farmers across the different regions and factories in the country. 2 is question number 083 of 2025 by the member for Muhoroni, the Honorable James Koyo, MP, regarding terms and conditions of the lease agreements for the state-owned sugar farms, including how the government intends to invest or utilize the lease proceeds for the benefit of the local communities. And question number 084 of 2025 by the member for Igembe Central, the Honorable Daniel Karido Kili, MP, regarding measures being undertaken by the ministry to ensure accurate reporting of miraa export data, safeguard government revenue, and promote equitable support for the miraa sector in terms of research, marketing, infrastructure, and budgetary allocations. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee shall reconvene again on Tuesday, 18th November 2025, to schedule business for the rest of the week, and also, Honorable Speaker, to inform the House that His Excellency the President is scheduled to appear before a joint sitting of the two houses, the House of Senate and National Assembly, on Thursday, November 20th. That is next week, Thursday, for the State of the Nation address for the year 2025, and request members to be present and in good time, as communicated by the Speaker earlier. With that, I now lay this statement on the table of the House. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now go to the responses. Then after that, we will move to one notice of motion that was pending in order number 6. Hold on a minute, I'm just giving instructions. Allow me to give instructions so the House knows how they're proceeding. Then I will come to you, Honorable Karoli. Yes, honorable members, we are going to, after this, have the responses. I think there's a response for Honorable Walter Owino, member for Awendo, which will be given by Marianne in a minute. And then after that, we are going to go back to order number 6. There's just one notice of motion. And then thereafter, we'll move to tributes to our fallen colleague. All right. So, Honorable Marianne Keitany. Honorable Walter Owino, I thought you want to hear the response first. Oh, the chair for, sorry, trade.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to give a response to statement regarding the non-payment of retirees' deposits by non-complainant SACCO societies by Honorable Walter Owino, MP. Honorable Speaker, I thank you for granting me this opportunity to respond to a request for a statement by Honorable Walter Owino, MP, on the matter concerning the non-payment of retirees' deposits by non-complaint savings and credit cooperative societies. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry acknowledges that a number of SACCOs continue to face challenges in refunding deposits to members who have retired from active employment. These challenges are primarily attributed to liquidity constraints arising from delayed or non-performing loan portfolios, regulatory and compliance caps, as well as mismanaged loan and deposit maturities. Additionally, additional factors include limited access to short-term financing and weak financing planning, which in some cases has resulted in misapplication of members' funds. Response to the specific issues raised by Honorable Walter Owino, MP. Honorable Speaker, I wish to respond to the specific issues raised by Honorable Walter as follows. 1, a list of SACCOs yet to refund retirees' deposits and actions taken against them. Honorable Speaker, the day-to-day oversight of cooperative society is vested in the county governments pursuant to the devolved function under the 4th Schedule to the constitutions. Consequently, enforcement of compliance regarding the refund of members' deposits by SACCOs falls under the purview of the respective county governments. The ministry has, however, received a petition from affected members of 20 SACCOs seeking intervention to access their deposits. In response, the ministry issued letters to the respective SACCOs directing them to effect refunds within 60 days. In case where SACCOs fail to comply, the affected members have been advised to escalate their disputes to the cooperative tribunal for redress. A comprehensive list of non-complaint SACCOs, together with specific enforcement actions taken against each shall be submitted to the committee upon receipt of formal reports from the respective county governments, which shall be forwarded to the member, Honorable Speaker. Number 2, the member wanted to know the plans by the ministry to develop a regulatory framework to safeguard deposits and set clear timelines for refunding retirees' deposits through SASRA. Honorable Speaker, the ministry has incorporated provisions under Clause 76 of the Cooperative Bill number 7 of 2024, which introduces a penalty of 5% per month for SACCOs that fail to refund members' deposit within the prescribed timelines. The clause further empowers the Commissioner for Cooperatives Development to recover defaulted amounts through the issuance of urgency notices. In addition, the ministry is implementing broader reforms within the SACCOs subsector, including the operationalizations of the Deposit Guarantee Fund and the strengthening of statutory interventions such as inquiries and inspections. Further, the Commission for Cooperative Development has instituted several administrative measures aimed at enhancing governance and liquidity, including the issuance of circulars on borrowing powers and mandatory submissions of annual returns. Number 3, the honorable member wanted to know the measures being taken to hold SACCOs officials who intentionally delay or deny payments to retired members. Honorable Speaker, it is important to note that the most liquidity challenges experienced within the SACCO subsector arises from systematic factors beyond the direct control of individual SACCO officials. Nevertheless, in the instance where inquiries have established that individual officers have misappropriated or misapplied members' funds, such officers have been duly surcharged in accordance with the provision of the Cooperative SACCOs Act, Cap 490. The ministry continues to collaborate with the relevant enforcement agencies to ensure that culpable officials are held personally accountable for any financial improprieties. Fourth, the honorable member wanted to know the steps taken to ensure ring-fenced funds timelines for retirees, including penalties for delays and recognition of deposits under the Retirement Benefits Authority. Honorable Speaker, the issue of penalties has been comprehensively addressed under Clause 76 of the Cooperatives Bill number 7 of 2025, which is currently under consideration before the House, Mr. Speaker, is coming for mediation. Members' deposits in SACCOs are distinct from pension contributions managed under the Retirement Benefits Authority, whereas pension funds are ordinarily invested in low-risk instruments such as government securities. SACCO deposits are largely reinvested in member loans. Notwithstanding the foregoing, the ministry shall engage the Office of the Attorney General and the National Treasury with a view to exploring appropriate legal and policy interventions to safeguard retirees' deposits and enhance accountability in the subsector. Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, I wish to reiterate the Ministry's commitment to protecting the rights and welfare of retirees by strengthening the regulatory and supervisory framework for cooperative societies, enhancing enforcement and compliance through county governments, and pursuing legislative and policy reforms to ensure the timely refund to deposits and accountability of SACCO officials. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. And Honorable Walter Owino, do you want to make a response?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am satisfied with the response, but I want to request you to kindly liaise with your counterpart at the Senate to fast-track processing of the Cooperatives Bill number 7 of 2025, currently before their House, since this will address most of the issues raised by the pensioners. Thank you.
Thank you. And Chairperson, Trade and Industry, there was the response to Honorable Sabina's statement, but she has requested for it to be moved to a different day, as she's not present in the House today, and we obliged her. So,
Madam Speaker, I agree, and I'll be ready to give that response when they are ready.
Thank you. So, honorable members, we shall move back briefly to order number 6. Can you read out the order again? Do you need to read the order again? Out. Just for record purposes, let the clerk read it out.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Thank you. Okay. Honorable Kaitan, if you have your notice of motion.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on its consideration of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 13th November 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Section 8(4) of the Treaty Making and Ratification Act, Cap 4D, approves the ratification of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates.
Thank you. We can now, I think we had agreed that we'd now use the opportunity to give tributes to our fallen colleague, and I think we shall start with the Honorable Mark Mwenja, member for Embakasi West, since he's the leader for the Jubilee Party.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I have a message from the Jubilee Party. Allow me to read it. It is with profound sadness that the Jubilee Party mourns the passing of Honorable Tubi Bidu Mohammed, Member of Parliament for Isiolo South constituency. Honorable Tubi was a true servant of the people, a steadfast believer in justice, and a leader deeply rooted in the values of humility and service. Within our party, he stood out as a gallant soldier, unwavering in his commitment to the ideals of unity, equity, and development for all. His dedication to his constituents and to Kenya at large will be remembered with deep respect and admiration. He embodied the true spirit of servant leadership. His journey from serving as the first Speaker of the Isiolo County Assembly and eventually being elected Member of Parliament for Isiolo South in 2022 is a powerful story of humility, hard work, and unwavering devotion to public service. Within the National Assembly, Honorable Tubi served diligently in the Department Departmental Committee on Environment, championed the legitimate concerns of his constituents without fear or favor, and remained steadfast even when standing alone. During the contentious debate on the 2024 Finance Bill, he courageously voted no, choosing to honor the voices and as people of a political convenience. His integrity and independence of thought were rare qualities, and they earned him admiration across the country. As a party, we've lost not only a leader, but a brother, a man who believed that leadership is about lifting others and giving hope where it seemed lost. His legacy will live on through the lives he touched and the progress he championed for Isiolo South. As a party, we extend our heartfelt condolences to his family, friends, and the great people of Isiolo South. Honorable Speaker, this statement is signed by our SG, Jeremy Akioni. Honorable Speaker, the only thing I would add is that this has been a sad year, Honorable Speaker. One, we all know that this year we lost the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, and that was a loss to the entire country. The country is still mourning. Earlier this year, Honorable Speaker, I remember we also lost the MP for Malava, Malulu Injendi. We've now lost the Member of Parliament for Isiolo. And Honorable Tubi, for those who knew him, was a gentle soul, Honorable Speaker. In fact, his seat was just right there. Anybody who knew him knew exactly where he sat. And in the Petitions Committee, Honorable Speaker, some of the land matters issues that I have in one of my wards, Mole Mod, whenever we appeared before the Petitions Committee, he was very helpful, very welcoming, asking questions, asking for solutions. In fact, even when petitioners would appear, when Honorable Tubi, because I was there present in one of these sittings, and you could see he really cared when petitions would appear in that committee. Honorable Speaker, even Jubilee, in a light note, when we had a bit of a tussle here, some of us wanted to remain in Azimio, some wanted to go independent or join the government side. Honorable Tubi was one of those people who was caught in between. And I was trying to pull him to remain on this side. The Honorable Sabina was trying to pull him to that side. In fact, he's the one who started coining that in this house, there are two Jubilees. There's Jubilee Amwenje, Jubilee Sabina, that's what he would say. And mostly he would even ask about our party leader, Uhuru. He'd always ask me, how is he doing? How is he faring? And even when it came to the finance bill, you know, while most of the people in his community were voting yes, even from Isiolo. And it's important to note, Honorable Speaker, that the whole of Isiolo, the governor, the two members of parliament, the women rep, and the senator are all Jubilee members. They're all elected under the Jubilee party, rather. So even when it came to the finance bill, him standing on his own while everybody around him was supporting the same bill was a mark of courage from him. So I believe that even during that time, Honorable Speaker, and for those who've known the Honorable Tubi, he suffered quite a bit. He was unwell, but it's important to note that he continued to serve his constituents right until he died. Even when he was here, there are days we know he would go to hospital and he would find time to come back. He would explain to some of us that he was not feeling well, but you'd see he'd make time to come here and participate in the business of the house, go to the constituency, serve his people. So I believe it's a terrible loss to this house, and we all know as members of parliament, we do look out for each other. And even for those members, and I want to thank the Honorable Speaker, and even all those members who made it to go for the funeral today, all in Isiolo, and we thank even Parliament for facilitating for those members to travel, because based on his religion, it was short notice. He needed people to prepare and be ready to go, and quite a number of people even went there, and we are grateful to all of them and thank the Honorable Speaker, who I believe is leading them, if I'm not mistaken. And all I can say, Honorable Speaker, is that may his soul rest in peace, and for his family, let them be comforted that he died doing what he loved best, and that God will give them strength. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you for that. And before anybody who wants to pay tribute, kindly press the intervention button. And Honorable Joyce Kamene, I've just spotted you. By the time we called your for you to make your statement, you weren't in, but what we agreed that they will put it at the next session. So it'll probably be on Tuesday. Okay. Honorable Dindi Nyoro, I can see you press the intervention button.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I also rise to give my sincere condolences to the people of Isiolo, and especially Isiolo South, following the passing on of our colleague. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Tubi was a very amiable person, very humble. He was very personal in terms of conversations, and he transferred the same, I am sure, in service to the people of Isiolo South. Honorable Speaker, it is rare to get a leader with the kind of experience that Honorable Tubi had, who would interact with every other person and in a very humane and humble manner. Honorable Speaker, his experience all the way from when he served as the Speaker in the County Assembly of Isiolo, and his service to this country even after his election as a Member of Parliament in 2022, was a big contribution to the building of our country, Kenya, and especially building it on the front of leadership. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, leadership that is, keep repeating, humble, and leadership that connects with each and every person. Honorable Speaker, his contribution to education, and especially in Isiolo, should strengthen all of us that we continue to champion for education in this country, and especially when we see signals that are not very good. And Honorable Speaker, it calls all of us in his legacy, and especially in support of education, that even if there was a statement earlier that we commit that even the teachers who've been volunteering in our JSS institutions should be confirmed into permanent and pensionable. And again, Honorable Speaker, that in the way he supported education, that the government, especially the ministry, should take cue. The recently sent circular in terms of raising school fees, Honorable Speaker, cannot happen in Kenya because we cannot afford to go back into the gains that education and basic education that is affordable has done to this nation. And therefore, we call upon even the government to backtrack that circular they sent to our institutions, that the parents in these schools will be paying 22,000, Honorable Speaker, every year. That is not a very good trajectory, Honorable Speaker, and especially as we put concerted effort in supporting education as members of this House and also as leaders in this Republic. Honorable Speaker, I again want to send my condolences to the family of Honorable Tubi, and especially his nuclear family. This must be a very difficult moment. We call upon that all of us, we continue to give them messages to strengthen them, Honorable Speaker, around this time, and we wish them peace that surpasses all human understanding as they grapple and come to terms with the loss of the patriarch. Honorable Speaker, I submit.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Busia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also rise to send my condolences to the people of Isiolo South and Kenya as a whole. We have actually lost a very,
very good leader. I remember in Azimio, he used to be so firm on his decisions. If he wants to say no, no one will pull his leg. If he says yes, the same remains. So grief has become a disorder in this parliament. We just pray that God covers us with his blood so we don't hear any other news of premature deaths. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Any other member press the intervention button? Honorable Adagala.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want also to send my condolences to the family of our colleague, Honorable member of South Isiolo, for demise. I want to condole the family on behalf of Vihiga County people. I'm sending my condolences to the family. It is very sad. As they buried him today, it's very sad according to their religious. We would have mourned him for more days, but now because of his religious beliefs, he's been buried today, and I hope our members who have gone to represent us have given our condolences. I call upon God to give the family strength at this trying moment. May God strengthen them, may God give them peace, especially the wife and the children. May God be with that family. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I can see Honorable Sabina Chege walking in. She's one of the who've just arrived from Isiolo. Would you like to give your tribute? Proceed. And as a Jubilee leader.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And I want to take this opportunity to pay my tribute to Honorable Tubi, who was a very good and ardent Jubilee member from Isiolo. He was a very dedicated member of Parliament, a person who was loved by his people, Madam Speaker, and I'm just from Isiolo to lay him to rest. We have received a lot of love from his people, and he has left a very good family, his daughters and his son. Madam Speaker, I would want to say, as Jubilee Fraternity, we have lost a very dedicated member of Parliament. We have gone to his home. The people whom he served loved him. By the time he was even being elected, he was not feeling well. He had just lost his wife by that time, but people voted for him because of his selflessness. He was a former mayor. He was a man of the people. He served diligently. He did not value anything much. Madam Speaker, even from his home, you could tell a man who gave it his all to his community and to the people who voted for him. They loved him and he served them well. He was a peace advocate, Madam Speaker, in this house many times. He has actually brought the attention to the Speaker, bringing issue about the neighbors and the peace within the people from Isiolo community and their neighbors. And so he was a peace ambassador, Madam Speaker. And as we lay him to rest, I just want to say I have learned very hard lessons. Sometimes we take things very personal. Sometimes, Madam Speaker, we exchange very harsh words because of maybe our political stand. But who knows? Ours is to plan, but God knows our destiny. So as we take sides, as we even exchange very harsh words sometimes, let us know that God has put us in this position at a time like this to serve Kenyans. About 2027, 2032, or the years to come, that belongs to God. And you never know. You may hate somebody because you want a position in 2027, and you may not be there. Or the person you're fighting for might not be there. It has been a very hard month for me, from last month when we lost Baba. And Madam Speaker, 2 days ago, I also lost a very close friend called Betty Bayo, who was a known female musician, a gospel musician, whom even after this, I'm going to her house, we are planning for her, how we'll her to rest. And so very, very close people to me, Madam Speaker. And it's good for us to know we have a beautiful country. And when God has given you a chance, you never know. Take care of your family, take care of your children, value also your friends, value the people who care for you, but even your enemies, forgive them because you never know about tomorrow. To Honorable Tubi, may his soul rest in peace. Actually, when we were living, it rained, and from my community, when it rains, it shows a blessed man has rested. So may he rest in eternal peace. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I can see the Honorable Member for Kamkunji.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity to speak about our colleague, my friend, and the Member of Parliament for Isiolo South, Mohammed Tubi Shido, who passed away yesterday. I join all the others in mourning his death. He was a brilliant and perceptive politician, Member of Parliament, and he clearly understood the deep needs of his community, as I had the opportunity to engage with him as a fellow member of the Jubilee political party. And I also found out that he really pushed the political aspirations and championed the development needs of the people of Isiolo. So I want to say that the people of Isiolo have lost a good, wonderful person. He was a person with a special character, a person who had a lot of dignity and respect, a character that is very unusual for a public figure because he was upright and honest and had very strong principles, a person of very strong conviction. And I would say that although he was dogged by ill health since coming to Parliament, he never slowed down, nor was he deterred in delivering his best to the people of Isiolo South, whom he loved very dearly. So I would like to say that I want to send my condolences to the family of Honorable Mohammed Tubi, to his friends, and to the people of Isiolo South. I also want to say, may Allah grant him Jannatul Firdausa, have mercy on him, and grant him Jannatul Firdausa, which is the highest level in heaven. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Pauline Lengurus, you want to say something?
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and let me join my friends to send my condolences to the family of our colleague, member of Isiolo South, who has just left us yesterday. I wish to condole with the family and the people of Isiolo South. Honorable Mohammed has been a very close friend to us. He's a neighbor, and most of the times we have interacted with him to trying to bring our communities together, to live together in peace, because sometimes we get into the fight because of the pastures and the pastoral the tradition. And he has been calling us most of the time when our people are engaged into disagreements. So I wish to send my condolences to the people of Isiolo, even to the members of this House, and to the country at large, because he has been a very active member. Even despite of the sickness, he has been struggling to come to the House, even to go to the constituency, sometimes when he's not even feeling well. And we wish that the Lord may rest his soul in eternal peace. Thank you.
Member from Kiambu, yes.
Farewell to a remarkable colleague. His contributions in this House will always be remembered, and his absence will be deeply felt in this House, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, may our good Lord comfort the people of Isiolo South and his nuclear family. May God give them comfort. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member for Tarbo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to join my colleagues in eulogizing and condoling with the family of a great man known as Honorable Tubi Mohammed, who was one of the members of the Public Petitions Committee. That is one man who was a very, very straightforward man. Honorable Tubi always believed, even if he stood alone, in saying what was the truth and stood by the truth. We respected him a lot. He contributed a lot during the committee meetings, and he never missed a session whenever, unless he was in the constituency. We really want to condole with the family and wish the family that may God give them grace that is sufficient. Honorable Tubi, whenever he was in the committee, made sure that he participated actively. He made sure that he fought for the rights of the people and ensured that the committee was very vibrant. He was a sociable man. He made the committee very active, and we really want to pass our condolences to the people of Isiolo, because he was a great man, who was a man of integrity. When you even eulogized, you were able to give us his milestones, and we saw that he was a great man. I, being a Vice Chair of Public Petitions Committee, on behalf of the members of the Public Petitions Committee, we really want to wish the family that may God give them grace, and may this great man, who was one of our colleagues, rest in eternal peace. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me that opportunity.
Let's go for, thank you very much. Let's go to the next order first. Let's go to the next order.
Order number 11, motion, a first report on the status of implementation of the Constitution by 3 commissions. Resumption of debate.
What's your point of order, Honorable Amaya?
I rise under Standing Order 35 to object any more business in the House because there's no quorum.
Sergeant at Arms, ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.
The National Assembly is currently on break as the bell is ringing. This is pursuant to Standing Order 35. The Speaker has called that the bell be rung for 10 minutes due to lack of quorum, which was raised by Honorable Omanyo. And this called that the members be at least 50 in the House for any business to continue. So as it is, the Speaker is waiting for members to come in the House so that they continue with business. It's only a few minutes remaining until we hear from the Speaker again. If there's no quorum, the Speaker will give a further direction. She has the option of adjourning the House or calling that the bell be rung for an extra 5 minutes. Therefore, we wait to hear from the Speaker. They have so far debated on various matters. The House was officially opened at 2:30 p.m. today. And among the things that have been discussed in the order of business are the motion on inquiry into the matter of reduction of electricity costs in the country that was raised by the chairperson of Departmental Committee on Energy. The House also discussed the Forest Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2025, which was on its first reading by the leader of the majority party. And the House also stays seated for the Committee of the Whole House, where they discussed 3 bills and the members voted for this particular bills. That is the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025. There's also the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, and the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, all by the leader of Majority Party. Right after the voting was done of this bills and the Committee of the Whole House was completed, there was a sort of commotion in the House, and the Speaker had to order 2 members out of the House because of gross misconduct, and they had attempted to also take the mess from its place. And according to the Speaker, they took the mess from its place, and the Sergeant at Arms returned it back right before it got out of the House. Therefore, the Speaker removed Honorable Robert Mbui, that is the Member of Parliament of Kathiani constituency, and Honorable Julius Musima Wathe, that's the member of Embakasi South. And in pursuant to Standing Order 107A, the Speaker removed them from the House, or they have been suspended from the House for 5 days. Therefore, these 2 members will not be able to come to the House for the next 5 parliamentary sittings due to misconduct, the gross misconduct that they had, as ordered by Honorable the Speaker, the current Speaker in the House, that is Gladys Boss, Honorable Gladys Boss. Apart from that, just recently, before the quorum bell was instructed to be rung, the members were eulogizing one of their members who has passed on, that is the late Member of Parliament of Isiolo South, that is Honorable Tubi Bidu Mohammed, who passed on while receiving treatment at Nairobi Hospital and has been buried today. The members have given good messages about his conduct. This includes the Honorable Sabina Chege, who's a nominated member of parliament. I hand you
the time
over.
being 5:48 p.m., this House stands adjourned until Tuesday, 18th November at 2:30 p.m.
The Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Gladys Boss, has just adjourned the House after the 10 minutes bell rang. Members did not come in. They did not achieve the requisite number of at least 50 members. Therefore, the House has been adjourned till the next sitting, that is on Tuesday next week. Therefore, the House stands adjourned. This has been the fourth session of the 13th Parliament of the National Assembly, a broadcast brought to you by the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in conjunction with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. The stream is available on Bunge TV and also on YouTube Live, courtesy of the Parliament of Kenya. My name is Stephanie Ayeta. Thank you for tuning in.
Of human rights, Mr. Speaker, is use cogents, and you must protect the right of every person, as emphasized in the South West African cases, Mr. Speaker.